Here's why talking about Russian or Chinese imperialism is ridiculous, especially if you're a Marxist. Lenin argued in his book on imperialism that it was not a series of policy choices taken by countries, but a stage of capitalism itself, when competition turns into monopoly and finance capital becomes dominant. In that stage of imperialism, the conditions were ripe for what he called inter-imperialist conflicts, since capital was still internationalized, meaning that there was still national capitals belonging to the great powers which could challenge each other for spheres of influence in the global south. But in the aftermath of the Second World War, with the development of a whole socialist and anti-imperialist bloc and the emergence especially of the Bretton Woods system, all of this changes. Bretton Woods establishes a global financial system rooted in institutions like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, which materializes US dollar hegemony. This means that the dominance of finance Lenin talked about had developed to a new stage, now dominated not by international capitals, but by a global financial system controlled by the US. The wars that would occur would no longer be inter-imperialist conflicts between great powers, but between those within this US-centered global financial system and those which challenge it in the socialist and anti-imperialist camp. Dollar hegemony and US control over these global institutions is the heart of modern super-imperialism. This reality gets intensified even further with the Nixon-era move away from the gold standard. The US could now run permanent trade deficits, pay for the global military bases it had around the world with printed dollars, and trap the global south in dollar-denominated debt. Through debt, the world would be linked to the US, paying for its own submission. With this understanding of super-imperialism in mind, it is absurd to talk about Russian or Chinese or any other type of imperialism, given that today imperialism is nothing more than these US-controlled global financial institutions, none of which any country besides the US can pull strings in.